Alright, we got some great Xbox news today because a UK retailer went ahead and leaked some Halo Infinite multiplayer details that support what I and a bunch of other people have been saying, that we're gonna see free multiplayer with the launch of the Xbox Series X, and that Xbox Live Gold might be no more very soon. Okay, now right before we hop onto this juicy leak, if you enjoy these types of videos, click that like button, subscribe, and share them. And now let's get into what you guys came here for. So a couple of hours ago, one of Xbox's official recommended retailers in the UK, so this isn't some random dude's poverty shop in the corner, this is a retail that Microsoft actually recommends you get Xbox products from, Smyths Toys. Yes, it's a toy chain, kind of like Toys R Us that also sells games. Well, seems like they went ahead and leaked some pretty big and important Halo Infinite multiplayer details. Essentially, on Smyths Toys website, they've got a page dedicated to the Xbox Series X where you can go ahead, sign up to the newsletter to get the latest info and when you can pre-order, blah 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 blah. And on that page was a section about Halo Infinite sharing some info that Microsoft hasn't even announced yet. So here it is. Halo Infinite, the legendary Halo series, returns with the most expansive Master Chief campaign yet, and by the way, here comes a good part, and a groundbreaking free-to-play multiplayer experience. Enjoy up to 120 FPS and greatly reduced load times, creating seamless gameplay with Xbox Series X. So did you hear what I just said, and did you see it on the screen? Free-to-play multiplayer experience for Halo Infinite. Now, important thing to note here, this was up for a couple of hours. Since then, they've taken away the Halo Infinite section of that page. That info has been removed. Thankfully, I got a screenshot, and also if you check out the cached version of the website from a couple of hours ago, you can still see that same Halo Infinite information, just minus the picture. Now, why would they take him down? My best guess, and if you ask me, the most likely scenario is that this was promotional material. This was supposed to be the promotional text that they used for Halo Infinite once Microsoft would make the announcement themselves about the free multiplayer and such, and that chances are whoever put that up put it up earlier than it was supposed to go up. Now let's quickly address a couple things about this. First off, the 120 FPS. I wouldn't get your hopes up about that because there's a good chance they're just talking about the power of the Xbox Series X here. On top of that, if you guys remember in the Xbox Game Showcase, 343 did say this.
This will be running at a flawless 60 frames per second.
Now, of course, he said this after just showing the campaign, so some people might bring up, oh, campaign might be 60, but multiplayer up to 120. But all I'm saying is the way this is typed out with the up to 120 FPS, faster load times, and no mention of Halo in that last sentence, they might just be talking about the capabilities of the Xbox Series X console in general. But now let's address the groundbreaking free-to-play multiplayer that they're touting for Halo Infinite. Is this going to be specific to Halo, or is it going to be across all Xbox games, and Xbox Live is going free? Goodbye, no more paid subscription. If you ask me, I don't think this is specific to Halo, and we're gonna get free multiplayer with the launch of the Xbox Series X. For those of you unaware, about 2 weeks ago, Microsoft went ahead and removed the 12-month gold subscription, and ever since then, we've been getting hints and indications and comments that all point to multiplayer going free, no longer having to pay to play online. It all started once the yearly membership was removed. A bunch of people were worried that they'd get a price increase or that you'd have to buy Game Pass to get gold or something like that. I, on the other hand, said this, what I think might just be their plan here, and that is making Xbox Live free with the launch of the Xbox Series X. Now, I know what some people are thinking, well then, if that's the plan, then why would they just remove the 12 months but keep the 1 month and 3 months? That wouldn't they have just removed all Xbox Live Gold memberships? No, because think about it. If they do it with the launch of the Series X, that means they plan on doing it in a couple of months, past a month, past 3 months, but less than 12 months. And that was just what I thought, but then we got some supporting information from some insiders. For instance, Chloe Ryle, who in the past was the one to leak that Microsoft would buy Obsidian, which obviously ended up being the case. He went ahead and said this: the question is not if the online multiplayer paywall falls, the question is when. Saying that Xbox Live will be taken away. Then the senior editor at The Verge: Microsoft has removed the 12-month Xbox Live Gold option. What does it mean? Patience. Smiley face. I'm telling you guys, Xbox Live Gold is going free, and they're probably going to announce it in August. And an insider, Jeff Grubb, is now saying that it's going to happen within a month. Now, I think the announcement could happen within a month, but personally I don't think that gold would go free within a month. I think it'll happen once the Series X launches. I think that'd be the best timing and likely what they're gonna do. Also, 2 more reasons why gold is likely going free. Number 1, why do you think they put xCloud in Game Pass Ultimate? There's a good chance that the reason why they put that in Ultimate and not regular Game Pass is to make up for taking out the advantage of having Xbox Live Gold with Game Pass Ultimate, because with no Game Pass Gold subscription, then the only advantage that Game Pass Ultimate would have without xCloud would be that, hey, you also get the PC version. So this would kind of justify keeping the price the same when replacing Gold with xCloud. Something else which you might have noticed recently if you're subscribed to Gold is that the games with Gold offerings have been pretty small titles lately, instead of big titles or semi-big titles like we've seen in the past, and that might be because they don't want to spend too much money on Gold on getting big games for games with Gold when they know they're about to discontinue it anyways. But I do know there's still going to be some heavy doubters about Xbox Live Gold going free, especially because, it's a service that made them so much money and still makes them so much money. And on top of that, Xbox, Microsoft, they were the first ones to introduce paid online subscriptions on consoles. And also because when it comes to free-to-play games, on the Xbox, it's the only console that requires you to have a paid online subscription to play Fortnite or Warzone or any free-to-play game online. While on the other hand, on PlayStation, on Nintendo's consoles, you don't need a Nintendo Online subscription or a PlayStation Plus subscription to play Fortnite, Warzone, Apex, whatever, any free-to-play game. But the thing is, if you think about it, that requirement is a pretty big hint that this is not just a Halo Infinite exclusive feature or specific feature, because at the moment, there is no such thing as free multiplayer for a game on Xbox. Even when it comes to free-to-play games, you gotta have an Xbox Live Gold subscription, but if Halo's not promoting a free multiplayer, that means you don't need Xbox Live Gold, which would mean that unless the requirement is just dropped for free-to-play games, that this would be an all-around feature, and Xbox Live Gold is gonna be no more. Goodbye. Online, multiplayer, free. So, hey, this I think is what Microsoft needs, because when it comes to exclusives, Sony's got them on that because of the Series X games, or the first 2 years being on the Xbox One as well, and all the games being on PC. They can't really beat Sony when it comes to exclusives, but what they can do is offer up the best value in gaming, and they could do it with the games with Game Pass, $9.99 a month to get all the first-party exclusives and a bunch of third-party games. They could do it with the hardware by making it cheaper than the PlayStation 5, both the Xbox Series X and Series S, and they could do it with the online service, making it so Xbox consoles are the only place where you can play online for free on consoles. So in the comment section, let me know what you think of this lead, and with that said, I'm out. See ya.